Hey, I'm Amy from the Lived and Loved Repair Service here at Finisterre. Today I'm going to show you how to care for and repair your jacket using a patch repair. At Finisterre we've really designed for longevity and durability. However, sometimes out on the trails, on adventures, we can scratch our jackets on brambles and such like, and therefore I want to show you how to repair your jacket at home. You can buy a repair kit online in the link below, and once you've got that, then first of all we're going to cut your patch to size, and we're going to iron down each side to make a clean edge. So using an iron on a low heat, we're going to use about a centimetre to 2 centimetres hem. And so we just turn it over and then press down gently. Do the same on the opposite side, and then on the two ends. Okay, cool, so that's that done, and now you've got your patch ready to go on the jacket. In your repair kits you're going to find different colours to make up contrast patches like the jacket you can see behind. We wear our jackets, our patches as badges of honour really, and here at Finisterre we really celebrate the art of visible mending. Okay, so we've got our patch, we're going to put it on our jacket, and if we grab some pins, pin it on so it's nice and secure, and then we're going to thread a needle with a different colour thread, and we're just going to tack it on so that we can then remove the pins. So start from the bottom, go through both the layers of fabric, and then do that all the way around the jacket, up and down, making sure that you connect the jacket with the patch. We've gone all the way around the jacket and it's now secure. So what we can do now is take the pins out, and then we're going to change the thread to a matching colour thread. This can be a bit fiddly. Sometimes it goes through first time, sometimes it takes 5 or 6 attempts. And then just get to the end of the thread, do a simple knot, and then you're ready to go. So starting in the same way as we started with the tacking stitch, we're now going to do something called a back stitch, which secures the patch in place for durability. So we start at the bottom, from the bottom piece of fabric attached to the jacket, and then go up through both layers. Now we're going to go back down, leaving maybe a couple mil gap if we can. This will change as we go around because it's really hard to make it the same each time, but we'll aim for a 2 or 3 mil gap. And then we're going to press it down through both layers of fabric again, and then we're going to come along, and this time we're going to leave 2 stitch distance. So instead of 3 mil, we'll leave a 6 mil gap, and then come up 6 mil along. And then we're going to pull the thread all the way through. So now we're going to go down halfway between the last stitch. And this time, we're going to leave another 6 mil gap from where we've gone in with the needle. And when we come back up again, we're 3 mil away from the thread that's sticking out of the jacket. Then we'll go back down where the last stitch was made. So you'll see that there's like you can see where the thread has been last gone down through the jacket. We're going to put our needle back in there and do the same again. So the needle goes in, we'll leave a 6 mil gap from where the needle goes in, and there'll be a piece of thread coming up in the middle between where the needle goes in and where the needle comes out. We'll pull the thread through, and then put it back in where the last stitch is made, and you'll start to see the stitches coming to light. at the corner, when you pop the needle back in, instead of going in and straight across like we were doing on the other ones, you pop it in and you go through both layers again, and then you come diagonally across. So you're then bringing the needle up on the other side of the patch, like so. So you're cutting off the corner. And then you pull the needle through again. You can then turn your jacket round, place your hand back underneath, and then start again as you were before. And you do that all the way to the end of the jacket, of the patch, sorry. Like I said, it doesn't need to be neat, it can be pretty ad hoc. As long as you've got a continuation of stitch in that method, it will work and it will hold onto your jacket. So then what we're going to do is, I'm just going to show you the ending. I've got another patch which I've already prepared. And then, so we're starting from the corner again. All the way to the end. Obviously when we're doing patching, it's really important when we're doing it by hand, when we're putting the needle in, just to make sure that you're only going through the top layer of the jacket, because what you can end up doing is popping the needle all the way through, and then when you go to put your hand back in the jacket, you can't actually get it through the sleeve because you've sewed all the layers together. So make sure that you're just going through the top layer. And you can do this by actually supporting your hand, putting your hand underneath the fabric, and so you can feel your way through. You can feel the needle just going through the top layer if it hits your hands. Needle comes up, last stitch goes in. This time, instead of leaving the 6mm gap and coming up on the other side of the thread, you're going to come up at the same point as the thread is coming out at. So up into the thread that's coming out, pull the thread through, and then we're just going to repeat that. So we're just going to go back down and up over the same stitch that we've just made, maybe 3 times. So go back over and through, and again back over, through and up the other side. And then just to finish it off so that the thread doesn't come undone, we're going to do one tiny little stitch right at the corner. So we'll go around in like a circle, so we've come up through the fabric, we're going to go down on the other side right next to the thread that's just coming out of the jacket. And this is the bit that we're going to tie off, it's called. So there's a loop which you'll have made, and you're just going to get your thread and pop it through the loop, round the back and through the other side, and then pull it tight. And for durability, you could do another one of those. That will hold it, but I generally do a couple. So made the loop, thread the needle through the loop and pull. Then you can just snip the thread off next to the jacket. And there you have a patch, a hand sewn patch on your jacket. And using this back stitch, it will keep it nice and firmly attached for all your ventures to come. Yeah, so if you like any of the products that we've been fixing up, you can find them in the link below at finistair.com for any of the insulated jackets that you've seen. If you've liked the video, please leave us a like or subscribe, or turn on the post notifications to never miss another video like this. And ultimately, if we love the feedback, so if you've got any ideas or future repairs you want to see, please do comment below. If you do have a go at this at home, it'd be really cool if you tagged us online or on social using the hashtag lived and loved.